Hi everyone, it's Marisa from BumblebeeApothecary.com, and today I'm bringing you along for another What We Eat in a Day video. So we do have some house renovation stuff going on, but things are a bit calmer as far as that goes because we have a fully functioning kitchen that we have access to all the time, so we appreciate that so much. And we're really excited and happy about that, and it just makes things a little bit easier. So instead of just being in survival mode when it comes to preparing breakfasts and other meals, we can now relax a little bit and branch out and get a little bit more creative and excited. So today we are doing some breakfast, and I am getting some sausages going. So these are just those pork all natural breakfast sausages that we get. They're made locally here in Colorado. I'm getting those going in my cast iron skillet on the stove. And then I'm making something else that I've been really enjoying lately. So everybody gets a little bit tired of scrambled eggs after, having them every day for a while. And so I wanted to change things up a little bit. And French toast is fun, but it's a little bit time consuming. And so I came up with this really quick version that I've been really liking. So as soon as these sausages are done, I'm going to go ahead and start these in that pan. But for now, I have 4 eggs in my pitcher along with some cinnamon. And I just whip that together. Now that those sausages are done, I'm going to go ahead and take them off of the pan. And then to my pan, I'm going to add some butter. It's kind of on the hot side. It would have been better if it wasn't quite so hot. But I went ahead and melted the butter in there, and I'm adding my slices of sourdough bread. And then I'm pouring my egg, cinnamon, and milk. I forgot to mention before, sorry. And there's also a little bit of raw milk in there as well. So eggs, raw milk, and some cinnamon, and I'm just pouring that over. And then I'm going to let that cook on one side for a little bit until it has cooked partway through, and as it cooks it forms kind of a nice custard coating on the outside and into the bread as well, so a lot like French toast. So I'm just going to flip over each piece and cook the other side. And then when those are done, I'm just going to pull them off of the pan, and then we like to serve them with more butter. And traditionally, I know people like things like maple syrup and different things on top of French toast, but we don't like to go overboard on the really sweet stuff, so we're just enjoying this as is with just butter on it, and it's really tasty. The cinnamon in there is just delicious, and we've been really liking that. And then we're enjoying those with those sausages on the side. And then our fermented food for breakfast today is milk kefir. For lunch, we're pulling some leftovers out and enjoying those. I have this carrot slaw that I like to make, so it's like coleslaw but just with shredded carrots, and I have a little easy dressing I always whip up for that. So it's mayonnaise, a little bit of sweetener, so it could be honey or maple syrup, some salt, pepper, splash of apple cider vinegar, and some celery seed. And that's always really delicious. I think it tastes even better after it's sat in the refrigerator for a day, so I'm having some of that. And then we have these beef short ribs that I slow cooked with a little bit of all natural barbecue sauce on the top of those. And then the fermented food for this meal is going to be some of our fermented probiotic dill pickles. For dinner today, I'm making one of our favorite things that we have very often. We try to have it about once a week for dinner. And then there's also leftovers for at least 1 or 2 lunches after. So to start this, I am just melting 1/2 cup of butter in the pan on the stove. I have my tall-sided cast iron skillet this time, and then I'm putting 4 onions in there. I just peel them, slice them in half, and then stick them down in the melted butter. I actually also have this recipe on my blog, bumblebeeapothecary.com. It's the healthy liver pate recipe, and so if you'd like a written version and a printable recipe card, you can go on there and find that. So on top of those butter and cooking onions, I'm putting my liver. So I do like to let this thaw usually, but I forgot to take it out in enough time today. And I've done this before where you just start it from frozen, and it actually works just fine. Liver thaws very, very quickly, so it's never been a problem. So I have a pound of liver in there, and then my helper is helping me add some of mushrooms to that. Some of these mushrooms were starting to go bad, so I didn't have as many. I usually like to add a whole pound when I make this, but it's still fine even if you have less or even no mushrooms. And then I'm adding some salt and pepper, some lemon juice, some dill, some rosemary, some mustard powder, And then I'm also adding 5 garlic cloves. And then I put the lid on this and I just let it cook at about low to medium, just until the onions are nice and soft and caramelized. And I know that that liver is just cooked. It's really important to not overcook liver. So you want it just cooked, so it's still pink inside, not overdone, and then it tastes the best. Once that is cooked through, it's time to go ahead and take it off the stove and blend it. So I just go ahead and put it into my blender. I don't love that my blender is plastic for these particular things, but I don't really have an option. I've tried the immersion blender with this pate and it just doesn't get it as smooth. So I just go quickly. I just have it in there just long enough, and then as soon as it's done blending, I go ahead and take it out and put it into my glass container. And then it's ready to enjoy. So for dinner, we are having this today on slices of sourdough bread. You can have it a variety of ways. Sometimes we have it with sourdough crackers. Sometimes we have it with slices of carrots or cucumbers dipped in it. Any way that you have it, it's always delicious, and liver just makes you feel so good. And then the fermented food along with dinner today is sauerkraut. Alright, I hope that you enjoyed coming along and seeing what we were eating in a day today. Be sure and check out that description box for different things that I've made for you guys. I have free ebooks down there, I have meal plans, other things, information about working with me as a GAPS coach, all that kind of stuff. I also have links to our favorite things that we like to use, like our Amazon favorites, those types of things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with anybody else who you think would find it interesting or helpful. And if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I get out new videos every week on nourishing recipes and natural living. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.